You listen to PHNX Wildcats. I'm Mike Luke, joined by Saul Bookman. Now, fortunate enough to be joined by the man of the hour, the man of Tucson, new coach Brent Brennan. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great.
Right. All right, now we've got a lot to talk about with Coach, but first, you're here at Big 12 Media Day. What are your thoughts on going into this new conference?
We're excited about this new conference. I think it gives us an incredible platform to play good football in. Takes us to some new areas of the country that I think will open up some recruiting markets for us. And I think it's just going to put us on a huge national stage, which we're excited about.
Right. Coach, obviously you come from San Jose State, built that program up. You're coming in here. Day one, you had to just run at full speed to try and keep your team together. What was that process like for you starting out and trying to, it was a little bit more unusual than normal?
Yeah, absolutely, because it happened so late, right? So I think the biggest focus that we had as a coaching staff, or that I had as a head coach that first couple months, was just recruiting the current roster, because we had a 30-day window where they could all leave, and lots of people across the country were trying to get them to go. And to their credit, they stayed together. They love each other. They love the U of A. And that was kind of how this one was so much different than last time I took over as a head coach.
What have you found out about guys like Noah and T-Mac, especially? Got a lot of praise last year, getting to know them just as people, players. What have you found out about them?
They're even better people than they are players. They're just remarkable, I would say. Even just sitting on the plane coming out here with them last night, kind of the joy they have, the spirit, how much they love being together. It's a really special team.
A lot of people don't talk about, the transition from Pac-12 to Big 12 in terms of, the volume of crowd. And now we're going into a conference where 6 schools last year maxed out capacity for every game. They talk about the advantage it is for the home team.
Right.
But what kind of advantage is it for the away team, as you guys head into these hostile environments, knowing that you have to be ready to go?
Well, I would say that's one thing that I've been challenging, kind of our alumni at Arizona and the fan base there in Tucson and in the state, is that, like, we need you to show up, because every week we go on the road, that's what we're going to be going into, and we need to create that hostile environment in Arizona Stadium. But for our players and our team, I keep telling them, like, this is like going to Oregon or Washington or Utah every single week, right? That's what that's what the crowd's going to feel like. And so, trying to make sure that we have a very clear understanding of what that is, and the incredible challenge and opportunity to go into those other markets and play good football and find a way to win.
It's going to be shock and awe when you go through all these cornfields and all of a sudden a stadium pops up out of nowhere, right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be very different. It's going to be very different.
Talk a little bit about Dwayne Aquina. Obviously a legend here at the U of A, probably the best defensive backs coach in college football history. You've got him running the defense. Was that an easy choice for you when you were looking at the candidates? How'd that all break down?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think that part of it is, another piece that makes that transition unique. The fact that I had history with Dwayne, the fact that I had to go against his secondaries for so many years, that when I was at Oregon State and he was at 1 year at Texas and all those years at Stanford, I've just had incredible respect for him. And even being on staff with him back in 2000, even at that time, I thought he was just a remarkable football coach. So it was an easy, I just didn't know if he'd stay.
Right.
And then him choosing to stay, along with a host of other things, was really impactful and helping us keep the roster together.
When you talk about your history with the U of A, how much easier is it for you to be able to pitch recruits, knowing that you've been around this campus, you've been around this school forever, as opposed to when you first took the job at San Jose State, for instance?
Well, actually, the things were a little bit similar, because I'd been at San Jose State as an assistant coach, and I grew up in that area. So, I do think it helps having history at the school and believing in the school, just as, primarily as an academic institution, and then also what the athletics program and our coaching staff and how we do things can benefit people. So that's kind of where we start, and I think it gives us a chance to recruit high quality players who are also outstanding people.
He's Coach Brent Brennan, Arizona football. Can't really appreciate you hopping on here, Coach. Means
No problem
to us.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Those are PHNX Wildcats.